The Saar-Moselle Triangle, November 2019. A peaceful, rural area in Germany, with small roads connecting small hamlets that oftentimes breathe an atmosphere of past times amidst rolling hills dotted with patches of woods. Back in January 1945, these woods were the scene of heavy, brutal winter fighting between the German Wehrmacht and U.S. troops of the 94th Infantry Division. Casualties in wounded and dead on both sides were high as the Americans pushed the Germans out of the triangle and across the Saar River, breaching the West Wall a second time. However, in the confusion that results from close combat, not all wounded or dead were accounted for. Though the U.S. Army did extensive searches to locate men who were killed in action or missing in action, not all service members could be accounted for, and many names are still on the walls of the missing in military cemeteries across Europe. The toll on the Germans was even higher, and many men who fought here still rest in unmarked graves. Today, historian and author Wim Schelberg joins volunteers from the VBGO in their search for soldiers who lost their lives in combat in 1945. After several months of desk research, these volunteers from many European countries have located an area in one of the woods where remains of German and U.S. soldiers are suspected. In the presence of a local archaeologist, they have started a thorough search. The partial remains of no less than 2 individuals are meticulously unearthed. The pit in which these remains are found is extremely small. As a standard operating procedure, the police are notified. They are present to determine that this is in fact a war casualty and not a more recent crime victim. Finally, a dog tag, hopefully belonging to one of the men, is found. It reads, 3rd Company, Replacement Battalion, 181. The soldier's serial number is 334. The Germans used a radically different replacement system compared to that of the U.S. Army. In the German replacement system, troops from certain regions were designated to serve in specific infantry units. The men were trained in the regions where they came from, assigned to specific infantry replacement battalions, the goal of which was to serve as filler units for the rapidly depleting German infantry divisions. A pro of this system, compared to the U.S. Army replacement system, was that replacements always ended up in a unit where there were more men from their own home region. The downside obviously was that by 1945, the German army did not have the luxury to fully maintain such a system, as the need for replacements rose to an unprecedented high. These now peaceful woods once were a place that witnessed gruesome infantry fighting, where troops sought shelter from German 88s and 20mm anti-aircraft guns, machine gun and rifle fire, and the point-blank 75mm high-explosive shells from the German Panther and Panzer IV tanks. Both German and U.S. artillery plowed the forest floors, creating makeshift foxholes or closing them. Chunks of wood from trees became as lethal as pieces of shrapnel. Men who were desperately trying to find cover one moment were gone in an instant, never to be seen again. How this dog tag ended up in these woods remains unknown, as evidence of involvement of this specific German unit in the fighting in this area has yet to be found. Although 70 years have passed since the end of World War II, all over Europe, thousands of people are still listed as missing, lying unburied on the edges of roads, fields, and woods. These missing deserve a worthy burial. They deserve to have their names back, if possible. All these soldiers who came to a cruel ending still lie nameless and forgotten in unknown graves, lost without a trace. The VBGO, or the Association for the Recovery of the Fallen in Eastern Europe, has recovered more than 7,500 missing of various nationalities, combining archival research with a great deal of expertise on World War II and the available local historical knowledge. The association is not funded financially by the German government. It depends solely on the financial support by its members and gifts from others. They work together with the recently founded DPAA, the Defense POW, and MIA accounting agency. The search in this now peaceful region in Germany continues. 70 others, American and German servicemen, have gone missing in this specific area. Some remains found after World War II could not be positively identified. These were and still are the soldiers only known to God. Taps for them, wherever they may rest.